radar site, so we'll continue to monitor it, but things are improving, at least in our eyes. It doesn't look as intense as it was moving right into southwestern Reynolds County as it's now moving into southwestern Wayne County. Doesn't mean we won't have another tornado warning issued, because again, the atmosphere is very conducive for tornadoes right now for the next couple of hours, as long as we have these isolated storms out there. But we're waiting to see if we get a new warning for Wayne County as this continues to move off to the east. So we'll get everybody caught up to date. Again, we've got a strong severe storm we're watching near the Princeton area. Well, it's west of Princeton, but it's headed your way. It's over north. The strongest part right now is over northern Lyon County, moving into Caldwell County, and it's clipping extreme southern Crittenden County. It looks like it's moved out of Livingston County. The other storms we're watching this one closely near Marquand. Matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in on this because this is rapidly intensifying, and it looks like we have another cell that is developing to the west of Jackson in Cape Girardeau County. So let's zoom into these storms right here. Again, here's what I'm talking about. This is rapidly developing right along that, right along Highway 34 between Jackson and Marble Hill, and then you can see just to the west of 67. This will stay west of Marquand, but this could head up towards the Fredericktown area. We'll see if we have any rotation with this storm. Not really. It doesn't look all that impressive, but it is just gaining strength right now. Our main concern still, those two storms we're watching in Wayne County. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for this storm, and they may have included it for this storm as well. I'm not sure if they're saying there's two storms or if they're just saying this one storm near Lesterville moving towards the Marquand area. But again, we've got two strong storms in this general area. The one west or east of Lesterville actually showing a little bit of rotation there. It's not extremely strong, but it is showing a little bit of rotation. Again, moving into, this is in Iron County, and it'll be moving into Madison County here shortly. And this is right along Highway 21 and 49 as you head over towards Lesterville, near some of those, I guess the Black River's out in this general area, but right before you get there, we're seeing the possibility. This is coming off the St. Louis radar. Strong winds going towards St. Louis, weaker winds going away. That's the possible rotation that's developing right here. And this is the new severe thunderstorm warning. We could take a look at that. And here it is right here for Fredericktown and the Marquand area. It's based on this storm moving south of Ironton, and we're seeing signs of, well, radar is not really showing much in the way of rotation, at least right now, on this aspect, but what I just showed you was a little weak rotation near Highway 21, and this severe thunderstorm warning goes out until 7:30. So let's take a look. Here's the watch. We've got a tornado watch out again until 1 o'clock in the morning for a good bit of the heartland. Madison County, you're not in that watch, nor is Reynolds County, but again, anytime you're close to the watch, you're still under the gun. So for you folks in Perry County and Jackson County, Illinois, you're not out of the woods, you're just not under the watch, because you know we do have more storms, and it looks like we did get that tornado warning out of Reynolds County, now coming into Wayne County. Are you in the chat room real quick? Laura, you can give us the latest on that warning?
Which one are you looking at?
New warning was just issued for Wayne County. It's for that storm coming out of Reynolds County. It's moving to the east-southeast. They just issued a new tornado warning that'll be from the National Weather Service in Paducah.
So this one was moving east at 35, the one located near Piedmont. Let's see here. It's going to pull up some of the
I'm kind of zooming in to see the storm real quick, and then this is the storm we're talking about.
Yeah.
How late does it say it goes out until?
This goes until 7:45, located near Piedmont, moving east at 35. The possibility of a tornado and $half size hail with that storm as well.
All right, so we still have those two storms producing possible tornadoes. This rotation's actually got a little tighter near Williamsville, so we'll have to continue to monitor that. So still a tornado warning out for southern Wayne County. That tells me folks in Stoddard County around the Puxico area, don't let your guard down. You got a little while. Let's go ahead and track that actual rotation towards the Puxico area, and it's moving off to the east. I'm gonna put it about 23 miles per hour to give you a little bit of a heads up. And you can see Puxico at about 7:42, Wappapello at about 7:26. That's when you need to be in your basement if you have it. If you don't have it, you need to be in an interior room on the lowest level of your home to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, we're watching the possibility of 2 tornadoes. Here's the other tornado right here. Here's Piedmont. The area itself is probably going to get hit mainly with hail up to the size of $half and very heavy rain. The tornado itself would likely go just to the south, although it's going to be close. So Piedmont, you probably should be in your safe spot as well, because again, the radar is a long way from the storm. So where that rotation is showing up on radar, it could be farther north, it could be farther south, but anywhere between Piedmont and Mill Spring, you need to be in your safe spot right now. This is that tornado, possible tornado moving across Highway 34 out of southern Reynolds County and moving into southwestern Wayne County. And again, that 34 goes up towards Piedmont and 49 down towards Mill Spring. That is where this possible tornado is moving right now. And we don't have any ground truth, any damage report, thankfully, but that doesn't mean it's not on the ground. This rotation looks stronger than it did just 15 minutes ago. And so that's why we're a little concerned with this tornado, possible tornado that's moving into Wayne County. Again, I'm going to back things up here. There was the watch. This is what I want to talk about. I want to zoom in on this storm one more time. And we haven't had any new reports out of the eastern Kentucky storm, or I should say western Kentucky storm, have we?
We haven't.
Just some hail. It did look like the hail size, at least on radar, was decreasing, and that hopefully this is weakening. But unfortunately, these storms are strengthening significantly.
They did say that they had some heavy hail reported in Livingston. This was just a few minutes ago, loud enough that people thought their windows would break. So that just gives you an indication of that wind whipping around some of that hail too.
And it covers the ground and it makes it look like it's, I mean, when you get these type of cores, the air mass is extremely cold aloft. So you go up to 15,000 feet, it's bitter cold out there. These storms are a lot higher than that, so they're packed with ice. So they are very efficient lightning producers. They are very efficient hail producers. These cores will cover the ground in hail to where it looks like it snowed. And then the worst case scenario, you may end up with a tornado. We're seeing that hook right here near Williamsville. We talked about that, that rotation looked like it had increased just a bit, and there it is. We've got that increase. It's a little tighter. This one is a little broader. Notice how the colors are spread apart. This one, they're right up next to each other, so that's pretty tight rotation. So I would anticipate that that system, or this warning, would be extended here shortly. So here's the possible tornado right here. It's about to cross Highway 67 there in Wayne County. As we head off to the east, you can see that rotation right here. I'll put the reflectivity back on, see if that hook is still showing up. And you can see that hook. You can see that this purple is wrapping around that rotation. So we've got a possible tornado right here to the east of Williamsville. It's about to cross Highway 67. So if you live east of Williamsville along Highway 49, if you live along Highway 67 in Wayne County, you definitely want to be seeking shelter in your basement if you have one. And again, if you don't have the basement, we tell you to find that lowest level of your home and get to the center interior room with as many walls between you and the outside, whether it be a bathroom or whether it be a closet. We want to make sure that you have enough protection from flying debris in case there is anything on the ground that is causing damage. Now, the storms themselves right now are a little too far away for us to be able to pick up the debris signatures that we sometimes show you, but we'll continue to watch that and monitor that for you closely. Wow, what are you looking at right there, Laura?
This is off Paducah.
It's coming off Paducah. That is.
Oh yeah, Paducah.
Yeah, that is. I must be here. I'm going to take I bet that's the scope. Is that storm relative velocity?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's definitely something we need to be concerned with, folks. Mm-hmm. That is very tight rotation. What this is taking into consideration the movement of the storm. So we've got strong winds going towards the radar, strong winds going away from the radar. They're right next to each other. We call that gate-to-gate shear, and we've got it headed towards Highway 67 right now. And again, this is in Wayne County. A very strong indication of a tornado moving into the Highway 67 area in Wayne County. I want to pan out just a bit because I want to give folks a heads up in parts of Stoddard County that this is headed your way. You can see the official tornado warning ends as you get to Stoddard County, folks, this is headed towards Puxico. Puxico, you got about 35 minutes or so, maybe 30 minutes.
It says 7:28 is my time right now for Puxico.
Okay, 7:28, so pretty close. So 7:28 is when that rotation will be over Puxico. So you got a few minutes, 5-10 minutes. Start headed to the basement, because this is the strongest signature we've seen right now when we look at the velocity scope, and that is kind of concerning how tight it was. So right across Highway 67 right there, and we can kind of come back and see what this looks like. Again, there's still rotation here south of Piedmont, but you see how the brighter colors are separated, so it's not tight. And so, but again, it's hitting the radar farther up in the air. But as we come down to this storm right here, they're right up next to each other. That is spinning. That is causing some rapid rotation. So that's what we look for in order to get the possibility of a tornado to form, especially in this type of environment that we are dealing with. So Piedmont, you've got some very heavy rainfall, likely some hail and some gusty winds just south of Piedmont. Along Highway 34, you're getting hit very hard with hail and high winds, and the rotation is going to be right along Highway 34 as it makes that bend to the west towards Reynolds County, as this possible tornado is moving into west central Wayne County, and another possible tornado moving into southeastern Wayne County. So let's get everybody caught up to date. We'll take a look at the radar on hold. Again, we've got a couple of strong storms here in Madison County. We've got a very intense storm moving out of Iron County into western Madison County.
There's some broad rotation with that one too, Grant.
Yeah, we were noticing that earlier, and it may be intensifying, because you see what's happening here, Laura. That's our warm front, that little pseudo warm front we've been talking about, and it's about to interact with that. So that is going to, yeah, I can see. That's coming off of St. Louis, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to zoom into that. We've got definitely some rotation forming, moving into Madison County, and I'm probably going to have to stop this right here, and we're going to pan up to the north just a bit, and we're talking about, this is north of Annapolis, where we're seeing a possibility of rotation, and this will be headed towards Highway 67. Boy, I've been saying that highway a lot tonight, but this will be south, just immediately south of Fredericktown.
Just a little weaker on its new scan.
On the new scan, yeah.
You're still,
yeah,
oh,
there it is, yeah. Yeah, it is just a little weaker, but boy, that's something to still monitor. The last scan, the bright green and the reds were touching, and now it doesn't look as though they are touching, but it's close. So we've got a possible tornado that could develop with this storm as it moves into western Madison County as we speak. So we've got a lot of activity going on. It's 7 o'clock. I know a lot of people are tuning in for regular scheduled programming tonight. We have a significant threat of severe weather across the heartland over the next few hours, and it looks like it's going to be a long night with Laura and I tracking storms on First Alert Doppler Network. We have 2 storms in Wayne County. Both have tornado warnings with them. And we have a severe thunderstorm moving in western Kentucky towards the Princeton area. So far, that is behaving. And the new storm we're watching coming out of Iron County into Madison County that could spike up another tornado warning here shortly. So going to be a long night, unfortunately. We hope these die down soon and we can get you back to your regular programming. I know there's a lot of folks that are not being impacted by these storms. But again, if you were being impacted, you would want us breaking in and letting you know what is headed your way. So let's all think about the folks that are being impacted by the severe weather tonight, because there's going to be a lot of folks that are impacted. That is an interesting hook shape right there, that rotation we talked about. It doesn't look as though I don't think they've extended the tornado warning with this one. I think they're just leaving it as be because it's within the polygon of the other tornado warning. But we do have 2 possible tornadoes. Boy, that one is getting a lot stronger. That one is getting a lot stronger, at least on regular velocity. Let's see what it looks like on storm relative velocity again. This is crossing Highway 67 right now. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's close enough to the radio. I say that, I mean, it's kind of lining up, unfortunately. I don't want to say that's debris, but it is lining up. Let's see if there's, I'm going to zoom in even more. I want to zoom in even more to see. I still think it's a little too far away to be getting debris, because the debris would have to be lofted well into the air. Not that that can't happen. The Perryville tornado lofted debris up to 20-something thousand feet in the air, and it would easily show up from here. But this is nowhere near as strong as that storm, at least right now on radar. But wow, that is That's pretty strong right there. We've got some pretty strong rotation. We'll take a look at the correlation coefficient. Okay, it matches up with the dark reflectivity. That tells me that that is a hail core. So we're seeing very strong hail. We can't pick up debris yet if it's on the ground, in my mind, because it's too far out. But I'm imagining that there is probably ping pong ball size hail at least falling near Highway 67. Yeah, look at that. That is showing very large hail. That gray color, Laura, that's moving across. See, I don't know what they have for the hail markers on the Weather Service. I'm going to move sources here. I want to take a look at another source we have to see what the hail marker is on that. But that's going to be getting over golf ball size, I would imagine. Oh my gosh, our hail marker here is showing 3.7 inch. So this is baseball size, almost softball size what that hail marker is showing. But I doubt we're quite seeing that. It's probably packed with a lot of hail. But it wouldn't surprise me if we're having up to baseball size hail with this. And let me explain what we're talking about here. There's a couple of products we look at, what we call CC here. I won't get into too much detail, but it lets us know what kind of is falling from the sky. And you can see by the marker here, we've got it right here, and that green shading here is hail. So you can see the hail right over Highway 67. We look at another aspect, which is called ZDR. And whenever we get back towards this -8, which is what we're seeing right here, that's either extremely large hail or usually 2x4s or trees or something in the air. And it's not 2x4s. This hasn't hit anything. At least it's not picking it up. That is large hail crossing Highway 67 right now. So that means this storm is extremely intense if it can pick up and have that size hail. And again, this is still moving through southeastern Wayne County as we speak. So very intense storms moving across the area. Let's take a look at that other thunderstorm that has possibility of a tornado that is moving near the Piedmont area.
There was a citizen report of a possible tornado in Wayne County between Mill Spring and Piedmont as you go to that storm. But again, that was a citizen. I know it's going to be hard now. You know, the only time you can see those clouds are when the lightning is happening. But right. a lot of low-lying clouds, I'm sure, too, in that area.
So we're looking at that possible rotation right here over 34. There's Piedmont. The rotation is right. Oh, I'd say that's about, what, 5 miles south of Piedmont, maybe 3 miles south where the circulation is showing up on radar. And if we take a look with the CC, we can look and we can see that there's definitely the possibility of some hail with this storm as well, but it's nowhere near as strong as the indication of the storm that is moving into southeastern southeastern Wayne County as we speak. So we've got 3 basically very intense storms across the heartland. Well, we'll say 4. We've got the one here in Kentucky that is on the trend of behaving. We've got this storm that's moving into Madison County right now that is getting a little angrier, and it's moving right along a boundary that could cause it to spin up. And we've got 2 giant supercells in Wayne County, and this one continues to get even more intense. And remember how we said that, notice this, it's moving northeast still. But if that begins to turn to the east-southeast, then it would head towards the Sikeston area. So, again, there's a lot of folks that we're going to have to monitor closely. It's a long way away from Sikeston if it were to do that. But a lot of our high-resolution models we watch and look at take all these and turn them more to the east-southeast later on this evening. So, severe thunderstorm warning out for Madison County. It will probably be extended into northern Bollinger County here shortly. Severe thunderstorm warning out for southern Crittenden County. That storm is out of Crittenden County the way it looks right now. It's in Caldwell County. It's about to move out of the warning area, and it looks like it's moved out of Lyon County. We're not seeing anything else developing along this area in western Kentucky as of right now. The main show is with this activity that is moving into southeast Missouri. So we're going to get back on those 2 big storms that are in Wayne County. Again, Wayne County, Missouri, we're seeing the possibility of 2 tornadoes right now and 1 very intense storm, at least on radar, with our hail marker here on another source is showing us up to 3-inch diameter hail. I'm going to do something. You're going to do it. Will you pull up the volume? Let's do the volumetric on this storm right here so I can see what it looks like in 3D. If you need me to kind of help, I can show you what to do real quick on the Wayne County storm. What we're going to do is we're going to look at this in 3D. We're going to take another source here in just a second. It's right there, and what we'll do is we'll kind of do this right here and look at this in 3 dimension. And we can kind of see that there's just a big, giant hail core. I don't know if you guys can pull up what was the old Titan source. I'm not. It's the digital Doppler source. I'm not sure if you have that or not. You can put that behind me. Okay, just let me know when you got it. There it is. So this is that storm in 3D. So here's the hook right here. You can see it right here. That's the rotation. This is the intense hail core. We've got purple colors all the way up to about 30,000 feet. So that is a very intense storm. And you can see there's a lot of space between here and the ground. That's because the radar hitting these storms farther up in the atmosphere when it hits that area. So, all right, thank you very much. Let's go back to Max 1. Again, this is that, but we're getting that real strong inflow notch right now. Very strong inflow notch in southeastern Wayne County. Boy, that is a very strong signature for strong gusty winds at least, and more than likely a tornado. We don't have any ground truth to it, but again, Puxico, I've been talking about you for quite for a long time. This is still going to move right near the Puxico area. If it holds together, it'll be going across the southern Bollinger County line. It'll be headed towards the Advance area possibly. So we've got a very intense thunderstorm with a strong rotation that is south and east of Greenville. And boy, you can really make out that hook. For you folks in Poplar Bluff, these storms are staying to your north. For the Elsinore area, these storms are out of your neck of the woods right now. We've got another strong storm to the northwest of Van Buren. We are watching more storms out to the west for Elsinore, Van Buren, and possibly Doniphan. But right now, these are behaving. They're nowhere near as intense. And as we go back up towards our Madison County storm that's moving out of Iron County, this earlier was showing some rotation. We'll see, we got a little bit of an inflow notch right there as well. We'll take a quick look at the velocity, and yeah, we are seeing a little rotation. You can see it right there, and it's headed once again towards Highway 67, but this time it's Highway 67 in Madison County. Midway through the county, basically, about 5 miles south of Fredericktown is where that will likely hit. We're seeing the possibility of a tornado trying to develop here in Madison County as well. But